At the end of the topic, you will be able to discuss the principles of the Arya Samaj, describe the Suddhi movement, explain the activities of the Theosophical Society. A number of socio-religious movements brought development for the country. Arya Samaj, the Suddhi movement, and the Theosophical Society are few of the movements that helped in changing the socio-religious conditions in the country. In 1875, Swami Dayananda Saraswati formed the Arya Samaj. Mul Shankar was the original name of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. He belonged to a well-to-do family from the Morvi state in Kathiawar. He took up sannyas in his early childhood and he wandered from place to place. He studied Sanskrit and became a great scholar. Later, he became a disciple of Swami Virjanand. He devoted his life to spread Vedas with the motto of go back to Vedas when he found out that the Vedas explain the truth of life. He created the feeling of self-confidence and self-respect among the people through the beautiful elements of the ancient Vedic society. Animal sacrifice, ideal worship, ritualism, and the idea of heaven and hell and the concept of fatalism were condemned by the Arya Samaj. Swami Dayananda Saraswati was the pioneer of the Suddhi movement, a ritual to reconvert the Hindus who has been converted to other religions earlier. Arya Samaj was against child marriage, polygamy, parda system, casteism, and sati. The Arya Samaj encouraged women's education, intercaste marriage, interdining and education of women, and upliftment of the depressed classes. Dayananda Anglo-Vedic schools and colleges were started by the Samaj all over the country to teach English and the Vedas. Lala Lajpat Rai, Lala Hansraj, and Pandit Guru Dutt were followers of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Bala Gangadhar Tilak and Gopala Krishna Gokhale were deeply influenced by his principles and philosophy. The first Indian to preach the gospel of Swadeshi and the concept of India for Indians was Swami Dayananda Saraswati. He was also known as the Martin Luther of Hinduism. Lady Madame Blavatsky from Russia and Colonel Henry S. Olcott from America founded the Theosophical Society in USA at New York. Theos means God and Sophos means wisdom. Their main aim was to preach about God and wisdom. The principles were to develop the feeling of fraternity, to study ancient religions, philosophy and science, and to find out the laws of nature and the development of divine power in man. After a few years, Olcott and Blavatsky moved to India and established the international headquarters at Adyar in Madras, Chennai. In 1893, Mrs. Annie Besant became the president of the Theosophical Society. She devoted herself to the revival of Hindu religion and Indian education. At Benares, she started the Central Hindu University, which is at present called the Benares Hindu University. She founded a newspaper known as New India and spread the ideas of Theosophical. To attain self-government for the Indians, she started the Home Rule movement by joining politics. The Theosophical Society's headquarters was at Adyar in Chennai. It has a big library in which rare books of Sanskrit was preserved. In the Indian Renaissance, the Theosophical Society played a leading role. In this topic, you have learnt Swami Dayananda Saraswati was a renowned Indian scholar, reformer, and founder of the Arya Samaj. This Suddhi movement was a ritual to reconvert Hindus who had been converted to other religions earlier. Madame Blavatsky and Colonel Henry S. Olcott founded the Theosophical Society. Annie Besant became the president of the society in 1893.